Well, first it was China, now Russia. A Russian computer hacker is now accused of leading a worldwide conspiracy that targeted hundreds of thousands of computers with malware that followed his gang or allowed his gang to steal more than $100 million worth of money from businesses and other bank accounts, according to U.S. officials. Criminal and civil allegations have been filed in Pittsburgh against the Russian hackers. The documents are filed there because some of the victims are from western Pennsylvania. U.S. authorities say the Russian group infected computers with software called Game Over Zeus. That captured passwords and account numbers, and then the hackers went on to steal millions of dollars from victims. The members of the gang come from Russia, the Ukraine, as well as Great Britain. And earlier today, the Obama administration rolled out new regulations on U.S. power plants. Obama's plan seeks to cut carbon dioxide emissions by some 30%. The 645-page piece of legislation is expected to be finalized by late next year. Many of the state legislators are already gearing up for a legal battle, though. This is the largest set of environmental regs in the United States history, and some claim that it will only hurt America's economy. However, EPA's own administrator, Gina McCarthy, said that these regulations will strengthen America.
The facts are very clear. For over 4 decades, EPA has cut air pollution by 70%, and the economy has now more than tripled, all the while providing the power we need to keep America strong.
So there are some concerns that this will cost hundreds of billions of dollars and lots of jobs in the interim. Meanwhile, Fortune magazine has released its annual ranking of America's largest companies by revenue. The top spot right now goes to Walmart. This is the second year in a row that Walmart tops the list. Fortune said Walmart's net sales for fiscal year 2014 totaled $473.1 billion. That must be 2013, up 1.6% from the year earlier period. Apple continuing its rise, pacing at number 5. General Motors also ranked high on the list, coming in at number 7. Well, did President Obama violate the Constitution in order to free Sergeant Bo Bergdahl? That's what some folks are saying right now. Republican leaders are calling on the president to clarify, or notify Congress about the Bergdahl swap. And in fact, was it illegal? That's what they want to know. The trade for the U.S. soldier who wandered off a military base led to the release of 5 high-ranking Taliban members. The Obama administration said they had to act quickly after learning that Sergeant Bergdahl's health and safety were in danger. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel also defended the secrecy of the operation.
And this was an operation, I think, as everyone recognizes, that had to be very closely held. Only very, very few people knew about this operation. We did not want to jeopardize any leaks. We couldn't afford any leaks anywhere.
Well, Republicans are saying that the Obama administration has set a new dangerous policy for negotiating with terrorists. It's important to note also today at the White House press briefing, Secretary Jay Carney refused to call the Taliban a terror organization and would not help clarify those comments. Of course, this story will have more to come on it throughout the week here on America's Forum. And in Washington State, 2 guides and 4 climbers are presumed dead in the worst alpine accident on Mount Rainier in recent years. Park officials believe the danger of recovering their bodies now is too great because of weather conditions, so they've halted a search at this time. The group failed to return on Friday as planned, and rangers believe they fell more than 3,000 feet from their last known location there on the mountain's Liberty Ridge. Also, the FBI has issued a nationwide alert for a San Francisco man they believe is armed and dangerous. 42-year-old Ryan Kelly Chamberlain II is wanted on suspicion of possessing explosives, according to officials. Hazardous material crews searched Chamberlain's apartment over the weekend. At this time, the FBI says while dangerous, they do not believe there are any chemical, biological, or radiation concerns to worry about at this time. And in Wisconsin, tough to watch here. Witnesses stared in shock as a pilot of this plane suddenly lost control. Think it's just a trick, but then the plane further dived and the pilot did not survive. Many on the onlookers believe the pilot would pull out, but then that happened right there. The plane spiraled down in a wooded area and crashed, killing the 47-year-old pilot. Police say the plane was performing aerial maneuvers at that air show and then, of course, lost control. So tough to see there. And you know, Morgan, you go to these air shows, I'm sure you've been to a few of them before, you know, it's always cool to see, and especially with those types of planes, you don't know exactly what you're seeing until maybe it's too late, and that was the situation here with this plane. A lot of spectators thinking they're watching just a regular air show, some kind of trick, and then the plane goes down.
It's terrifying and it's horrible to watch, and that's of course what was intended. It really was meant to be just another trick, and it spiraled out of control. You know, and the thing with the climbers too, it's, you know, talking about dangerous things that you really don't realize. You know, we just had that recent disaster in Nepal with the avalanche and all the climbers that were killed, and you know, it becomes so mundane and day to day, and you just think, oh, it's adventurous, it's great, but you don't realize how deadly these things really are.
Oh, certainly. Most people see Mount Rainier and in the lower 48 states, how dangerous could it be? But you see the weather conditions here in June, still quite snowy, still a potential for weather, and still avalanche conditions bad enough where rescue officials say, look, it might be a little too dangerous right now to try and find those folks that are still missing, so they have to halt the search there.